Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Just been pushed down into P18. Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
And we've been pushed down to P20. P13, P13. Okay, we've been pushed down to P13.
We're here in the coastal shores of Florida for the Miami Grand Prix, which has become the 11th Formula One track held in the United States. The grandstands are packed for what we hope is going to be another fantastic race. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 3.36 miles of track around the Hard Rock Stadium, and 19 corners make up the Miami International Autodrome, which will challenge the drivers in a tight wheel-to-wheel race. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Piastri, Max Verstappen and Leclerc, Hamilton, Hadjar, Gasly and Ollie Behrman, Ocon, Lawson, Carlos Sainz and Perez, Bortoletto, Colapinto, Alex Albon and Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Lindblad, Hülkenberg and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Right, mate, I know it's hot in that cockpit, believe me, but your tyres are even hotter than that. You've got to work really hard today to keep them cool, otherwise we're going to suffer with our performance. Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out. Okay, overtake enabled, overtake enabled. And you've got P15, P15. Okay, that's Lawson ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Bottas is behind you. Less than a second separates you. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps time. 19 laps to go. Conditions look stable at the moment, no rain currently expected. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Okay, so overtake is active. Overtake mode active. You're going to get more power from the hybrid system. You know how it works. Just use boost on the next long straight to get your way past. Okay, that's Perez just ahead. Let's push. And the time last lap, 1:30.5. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Right, you've got boost mode available now. Use it if you want to. Nice move, good job. Pinto just ahead. Let's go. Time last lap, 1 minute 31.1. Okay, gap to the car in front, 0.9 seconds. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, you're in the top 10. Gasly's ahead of you, and the time last lap, 1:31.3. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 0.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, you're dropping back by around 0.2 each lap. Approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Let's go, come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Lindblad's ahead of you. Time last lap, 1 minute 33.8. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, Carlos, tyres are running very hot, very hot. Please keep those tyre temps under control if you can. That wasn't quite what we needed, I'm afraid, but listen, don't worry about it. It's a long way to go, so let's just focus until the end. Gasly's stopping now. Some information on Bortoletto. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Okay, clear. Alexander's in the pits. Alexander in the pits. Alexander's coming in for his stop now. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.7 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 15th. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Green flag. Mode is available now. Gap to your teammate behind, 10.5 seconds. Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, take it easy on the car, we can't sustain this level of damage. Okay, Carlos. Norris behind. We want to keep them behind, please. This is super critical for our strategy.